Less than 100 days away, the final countdown to the 2014 general elections has begun. UPA has a long list of achievements, but can those achievements really be translated into electoral dividends? Well, the challenges are many, but the big question is, how will the government surmount those challenges? And joining me now is a very senior UPA minister who is known to be speaking his heart out without mincing words. I welcome IT, Telecom and Union Law Minister Kapil Sibal. And so without mincing words, I'll put a straight question to you. So communication has been a very important tool, which I think somewhere UPA has completely missed out. As far as the communication strategy is concerned, as far as the achievements of the UPA government is concerned, don't you think that UPA has failed somewhere?
Well, I think that to that extent you're right. I think that we've not been able to communicate as effectively as we could have. And certainly that's something that we need to look at very carefully. But we still have a lot of time. I think what the UPA government has done is really for all to see in terms of improving lives, in terms of betterment, in terms of investments in the social sector, in terms of building roads. It's for all to see.
But so when you say that it couldn't be communicated effectively, do you somewhere feel that there was an absence of a communicable communication strategy?
No, I think we needed a very a strategy. I mean, I think that to that extent we must give credit to the opposition that they've been able to communicate their opposition better than we've been able to communicate our strengths.
I remember in one of your interviews, I think you have said that opposition's voice was shriller than the government.
There's no doubt about it. Their voice was shriller. They attacked us many a time most unreasonably. And they attacked us violently attacked us at times.
But so in the absence of a strategy, which you yourself have admitted, in the absence of a strategy, many states have walked away with the credit as far as the central schemes.
I think there also you are interpreting in a very extreme fashion. And if you look at the last elections that took place, not the ones immediately, not the ones recently, but before that, we actually took power away from the BJP in several states. I mean, there was no communication strategy even then, but we won in Karnataka, we won in Uttarakhand. We've been actually winning 3 elections in Delhi. There was the absence of a community strategy then. So you are right that there is not a community strategy to our liking, but that doesn't mean there is an absence of communication.
Now with the UPA government going in an overdrive and the new communication team being set up, all is there and you have time, say about another 2 months to go to the electorate. Don't you think UPA government has lost a valuable time in
No, I don't think so. I think that the gentleman who aspires to be Prime Minister has peaked. I think people have started doubting him. The point is that he does not offer a constructive agenda to the people of this country. Every speech of his is a virulent attack on the government. I mean, he says nothing is done with the last 25 years in Assam. I mean, what does he know? I mean, the kind of developments that have taken place in Assam in the last 20-odd years have never happened before.
But my question to you is that when we have articulate and senior ministers like you who are so convincing, why is it that the communication strategy has failed?
Well, again, I can't sort of analyzing reasons publicly with you as to why we didn't have an effective communication strategy. I admit the fact that it was not as effective as that of the opposition, and they are strident and they are more shrill, and I accept that. But that doesn't mean that will stop us winning the election. So let's not just go into, there are better things to talk about than what our communication strategy is going to be in the next few months.
Okay, so we'll change the topic slightly. So coming now to the Congress experiment of the primaries, which has been talked about lately, the Rahul Gandhi's experiment of the primaries. Do you think, honestly, that the moment is opportune? Is it the right moment to experiment this kind of a formula?
Well, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? I think India has to change, no? The nature of democracy has to change.
When I talk
And
about
therefore,
the
when
timing-
Rahul Gandhi talks about primaries, he's trying to bring some element of, democracy in the system,
But so people
some
in your own
element of
government,
accountability.
people in your own government have expressed resentment over this
Well,
formula.
that's not, see, I don't know who has expressed resentment or not expressed resentment, but I think if he's starting something in 15 constituencies out of over 540 constituencies, I don't think there should be a matter of subject. In fact, it should be a matter where you should be praising.
But so as far as the Congress cadres are concerned, and looking at the fact that they're quite de-spirited at the time, looking at the initial surveys which are coming, so this kind of an open ballot system...
I'm in my constituency. My cadre in the constituency is not dispirited.
Okay.
So I don't go by what you're saying.
They're happy with this open ballot kind of a system.
They're not dispirited. You said
Okay.
you used a very strong word, as if you've talked to my cadres and they say that we are dispirited because of primaries. Nobody is
But
dispirited.
not only about Chandni Chowk, I mean, in general.
Why are they? Nobody is dispirited.
But sir, do you really feel, honestly, that it's going to ensure transparency?
Well, I don't know. It's an experiment. Any experiment that you do is an experiment. You can't ensure anything. When you do a scientific discovery, it's an experiment. You ask the scientist, why are you doing this? Does it ensure success? He will say it doesn't.
Okay, so we'll wait and watch how this entire formula unfolds before the people. Okay, but I think we'll have to take a short break and return with lots more on the other side. Welcome back. You're watching To The Point with IT, Telecom and Union Law Minister, Mr. Kapil Sibal. Coming to your critique about the Delhi Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal, Aam Aadmi Party has come out as a potent force in Delhi. And we've seen the way the Congress was decimated in the assembly elections. What is you're a very senior leader of Delhi, you're fighting elections from Chandni Chowk constituency. What is your real strategy and how will you go out to the electorate?
I have to say that we must give credit to a gentleman who had really nothing much to offer and yet was able to get for his party 28 seats. And I think we must give him that credit. But at the same time, you must understand that people are ready to buy a dream because everybody wants improvement in their lives, in their prospects.
So you mean to say that Arvind Kejriwal is selling dreams and false promises?
I'll explain to you. The fact is that here is a man who was selling a dream. He told people, I'll get you permanent employment. This particular place where you stay will become your property.
And therefore they voted for him.
He was ready to. In other words, he actually, in a sense, through he tried to induce the people to vote for him by holding out false premises.
But are those allurements and inducements what you're saying? Is it really working for the people now?
The only thing is a vote is not property in that sense of the word. In criminal law, if you induce somebody to part with his property through a false promise, it's a criminal act. But in elections, it's not a crime. But he did exactly that. The ingredients of all that is part of 420, right, is not a crime in election during the course of elections.
Something which is done cannot be undone. People have voted him, and he is in power.
So therefore, I was only analyzing that. Now, suddenly people have realized that look, this guy cannot deliver. He has no wherewithal to deliver. He has no experience in administration. He has no desire to play the game within the rules. He is the protector of the law and yet a violator of the law. He said within 15 days I will do all of this. He's not been able to do it. I have been in my constituency the last 2-3 weeks, and I can assure you, and this is something I'm saying from personal experience, the people that I have met are deeply, deeply disappointed with the man and with the party. And I'm very happy that my party took the decision of actually supporting him. Because in the absence of that, we wouldn't have been able to go to the people and say, look, now you've seen his performance.
But so with the kind of sparring which we are seeing on the Jan Lokpal bill in Delhi, the relation between the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party is almost on the brink.
It is. Why should it not be on the brink? We are wanting him. We have supported him not because we support him. It's because we want him to fulfill his promises. If it is good for the citizens, see, if a citizen in Delhi, an elector in Delhi can get free water, we'd be very happy. If an elector in Delhi get 50% cut in his electricity rates, we'd be very happy. So we're giving him a chance to fulfill his promises. We know that it's a very difficult thing to do, but we must give a man a chance who has sold a dream to the people of Delhi.
But sir, this entire debate on the constitutionality factor when it comes to Jan Lokpal bill, the situation is almost like a logjam, because...
So let it be a logjam.
So what is the way forward then?
Well, the way forward is we'll see what the protester will do. He's a protester.
So which means Congress will continue supporting this protester?
We'll not tell you what we will continue to do. That's not part of our deal here. That I'll be revealing to you what the Congress party will do.
No, certainly.
That's something we will decide. But our strategy is clear. We want him to fulfill his promises to the people of Delhi. We want him to prove to the people of Delhi that what he meant, he wants to deliver. But in the absence of that, at least we'll be able to go to the election and say, this man actually induced you.
So which means that you are not
vote
ready,
for him.
But you are not ready to pull the plug.
I am not saying I am ready, I'm not ready. This is not something that I need to, reveal to you. As and when we are ready, we'll let you know. As and when, and as long as we're not letting you know, we're continuing to support him.
But sir, Congress has always seen Aam Aadmi Party as an anarchic party, and especially after this whole vigilantism which we saw in the past days, the way the law minister had summoned the people. What do you make out of the whole situation, the way things are unfolding in Delhi?
See, look, first of all, let's be clear. We did not want to foist another election on Delhi. It's not fair on the people of Delhi.
Okay.
Right? Number two, what he is and what he is not, the people of Delhi are themselves witnessing. We don't have to call him names. They themselves are seeing with their own eyes what he's doing. And if this is the kind of administration they want, then I'm afraid that they're not going to deliver the promises that he made. So people want delivery. People want people to honestly tell them what they can do, what they cannot do. And what is happening in the last few days and the last few weeks is that he is exposing himself, and in a sense then becoming a target of the same people who actually voted for him.
So he's, in a way, I think he's becoming a victim of his own success.
Absolutely.
So coming to the overall election scenario, the internal assessment of the party as far as Congress is concerned doesn't paint a very rosy picture.
You know it better than I do, because I don't have any internal assessment.
No, but the parties do conduct internal
I don't know.
assessments.
You seem to be knowing it better than I do. I have no idea of the internal assessment of the party.
The voters' survey which keep happening.
That's not the internal assessment of the party. That's the assessment of some people who are, of your ilk, of the media.
So which means that you completely disbelieve.
Did I say that? You said to me that it is your internal party's assessment. I have said, no, it is not my internal party's. Now you say it is the media that is saying. So I have not said anything about that. If the media believes it, we'll see what happens in May. We'll find out whether they were right or wrong.
But sir, tell me something honestly. There is a perception right now that the senior ministers, they are ready to take up the party organizational work because they are afraid that they will get
I don't know why you say
defeated.
that. I don't know why you say that. I am fighting the election. Have you heard any senior minister?
So, but barring you, I'm talking about...
Have you heard any senior minister say he's not going to fight the election? He wants to do party work? Again, it's the media. And now you believe somebody says something in the media, then you as an anchor believe it, and then you attribute it to us. Not what we have said. So how can I respond to that?
But why is there a perception that Congress is on the back foot? Is it because of the Narendra Modi wave? No, is it because of the Narendra Modi wave?
First of all, there is no wave. Let's be clear on it.
Okay.
Where is the wave? Will he have any seats in Kerala?
No, because
let's analyze it. Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra, West Bengal, Orissa, Assam. Does he have any presence there? Is any wave? Half of India, there is no presence, and yet there is a Modi wave. I don't understand the logic.
So because Congress initially never took Modi as a challenger.
One second. You made a statement that there is a Modi wave. I have said half of India, there is no presence of Modi. So how can there be a Modi wave in India? Okay, now let's take a look at the other half.
Okay.
Let's look at Uttar Pradesh. How can there be a Modi wave in Uttar Pradesh? With Mulayam there, Mayawati there, Congress party there. How can there be a wave?
But so again, the surveys which
Again,
are coming,
you are now attributing.
no, so the surveys totally are saying that the BJP is on the swing and Congress is looking at an alliance with the BS.
You asked me a question about the wave. And if the survey says there's a wave, then why do we have an interview? So if there's a wave, that's the end of the matter. Then I should say, because you say so, it must be so. So let's first talk about the wave. There is no wave. In Uttar Pradesh, there is no wave.
Okay.
Okay? I don't know, in Punjab, there is no wave. Okay? I can assure you in Delhi, there is no wave. So what I'm trying to say to you is what Modi is doing is again doing in a different way what Kejriwal is doing. Kejriwal was selling a dream to the people of Delhi. Modi is selling a dream to the people of India.
So that's what I said, that Congress and the BJP grossly underestimated parties like Aadmi party. But I'm not getting into that. What I'm asking you is that every day Modi is holding rallies. And in fact, I will go back to that Chaiwala Jai, which of course came from Congress. We had people like Manishankar Iyer talking about it. And that, don't you think that cost Congress as far as the brand image is concerned, the image building exercise is concerned?
One second. Let's be clear, let's sort of leave that controversy out because the Congress party has officially commented on it. So I don't want to go. This was not an official party's comment on a prime ministerial candidate. It's an individual who made such comment. This is not a Congress comment, so don't attribute it to the Congress. Number two, Congress has already commented on it. Number three, this is a gimmick. What they're trying to do is trying to build political. See, they don't want to talk about constructive issues in this country. What are the constructive issues? How do you get rid of poverty? Right? What is your economic policy? What do you think about disinvestment? How do you want to liberalize the economy?
You mean to say that the kind of discourse which is being created right now at the behest of Modi is total gimmickry, it's totally shallow?
It is a discourse which has nothing to do with the future of India. It is a discourse which has something to do with building his own personality. I mean, he will have Modi chai cups, he will have Modi this, Modi cap, Modi whatever. But
so his comments like yesterday, what he said about P. Chidambaram, he said he created this whole debate of Howard versus
First of all, do you think a senior politician of any standing who aspires to be a Prime Minister of India should be making a facetious remark like this? That we need hard work, not Harvard. Is that a remark of a man who wants to be Prime Minister of India?
Absolutely
is there
not,
any element of thoughtfulness in that remark? None whatsoever.
But sir, he's certainly generating a perception when he's talking to huge rallies.
That's unfortunately when people start asking the questions that you are asking without actually asking fundamental questions. You should be in fact asking Modi, and he'll never give you an interview like I am doing. Because you can never ask him that question. If you were to ask Modi or ask the BJP, what are you doing about the real issues of India? What are your views on the real issues of India? If the media does not ask that, the media is doing great disservice to democracy in India.
Sir, I don't know about other channels, but I'm really going to come back to you with the fundamental questions in the next segment. So let's take a short break and return with lots more on the other side. Welcome back. You're watching To The Point with Union Law Minister Kapil Sibal. Rahul Gandhi recently gave an interview to a channel. I wouldn't like to go into the merits of the interview, but how would you really see that interview given the fact that after 10 years he's broken his silence?
It is not for me to comment on interviews. Somebody did ask me that question the other day, and I said that he was forthright, he was honest, he was sincere. And it's for everyone else, whoever was watching the interview, to have their own opinions. But I think he came out as somebody who is earnest, somebody who wants to do something for India, somebody who is committed to India, not somebody who is talking from a platform, right? And he calls himself the Aadmi and talks from a platform and doesn't come and do any interviews with anybody.
But during that interview, he also spoke about 1984 riots, which then again opened a can of worms. You had protests outside.
Again, you're misinterpreting you're again misinterpreting. It is very unfortunate that the opposition party seeks to rake up the 84 issue just before every election, and tries to play politics with it. If they are so concerned, right, if they are so concerned, why did they not ask for it? Why did they not raise the issue of the 25 to 30,000 people who died?
But the BJP says that as long as Congress continues to rake up Godhra, they will continue to rake up 1984.
No, that's not the issue. The Congress is not raising up Godhra. The courts are raising. The Supreme Court has raised these issues.
You have an ally called NCP, where you have senior leaders like Sharad Pawar, Praful Patel meeting BJP. What is really happening as far as the backroom maneuvering is concerned?
Somebody meets somebody. What is there to be so concerned about?
No, but are you not afraid of losing an ally?
I met Arvind Kejriwal the other day, and I even embraced him on Eid. So is something wrong that I did? I meet lots of people we meet. What's wrong?
Your Jadoo Ki Jhappi did make a lot of
True, but I mean,
news.
I'm not a fan of Kejriwal's, or I'm not supporting the Aam Aadmi party because I think it's a great party. These people do talk to each other, and in fact, in democracy, this should happen. No, we should talk to each other.
But sir, keeping the coalition intact is
what has this got to do with coalition?
You have NCP as a significant
So if he
partner.
talks to Modi, therefore he's out of the coalition. Is that what you're trying to say? If that you're trying to say, then it's a wrong question.
No, but sir, the perception is...
Again, it's your media, you are an anchor, you talk of perception. Pawarji has said, quite frankly, that the coalition is intact, the alliance is intact, they'll fight the election in Maharashtra.
But sir, don't you admit that politics is all about perceptions?
No. It's you who make these kind of perceptions. The man himself is saying that we are going to fight in Maharashtra with the Congress party. You are saying that because he has met Modi and because he has met BJP, what is the perception?
So what you mean to say that Congress will not have a problem if Sharad Pawar goes ahead and shares a desk with a person like Modi?
I am not saying anything. You are saying. You are asking the question. I have not said anything. If people meet people, even if they happen to be in the opposition, what does it mean? Nothing. They're just meeting. What's wrong with that?
Praful Patel recently went ahead and said that if Narendra Modi has been exonerated by the court, then why is Congress creating this?
No, he never said that.
What did he say?
He has said, yes, he has been exonerated by the court, but Praful himself knows, because Praful, is aware of court procedures, that this is an order of the trial court, right? There's an appeal in the High Court. Thereafter, there will be whatever appeal in the Supreme Court, whoever wins or loses. Therefore, an exoneration by the trial court is not the end of the road, as I explained earlier.
And then again, your ally, a senior minister, goes and talks to the people.
What's wrong with it? I mean, if he makes a statement that he's been exonerated by the court, if you ask him the question, is this the end of the road, he'll himself say.
Which means that you as a minister are not worried about the kind of message which he's sending.
Why should I be worried or not worried? I don't have to comment on these things.
Mr. Sibal, you're talking about the fact that media is not asking fundamental questions. Recently, there has been some good news on the telecom front. The successful auctioning of this 2G spectrum. Was the success really because of the fact that the reserve prices had been rationalized?
Auction is a success to the extent that the government will be able to garner in this financial around 16,000 crores as opposed to an estimate of 11,000 crores, right? To that extent, government stands to gain revenue. But is that a success of the telecom sector? Not yet. So this is how I differ. This is how I differ with the media on many issues.
Am I given to understand that you will turn around the telecom sector in such a manner that it would almost look like a goose laying golden eggs?
Absolutely. This will transform the economy of our country.
Okay.
The telecom revolution, and we are at the cusp of a new revolution. It's going to transform India.
So you're quite hopeful of bringing smile on finance minister's face?
Absolutely. Again, the smile on the finance minister's face is not enough for me.
Okay.
We have to see that smile on the consumer's face. And that is a story that time will tell.
Well, time will tell who's doing what. Appreciate you joining, Mr. Sibal, on To The Point.
Thank you
very much for taking all the questions with a straight bat. That's all we could pack up in this half hour. See you next time with another personality. Goodbye and thanks for watching.